Well, meanwhile, the camp of Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi wrapping up their campaign are going through the streets of Ejisu convincing electors to vote their candidates. But the independent candidate and former MP himself, Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi, has been responding to the president. Listen.
Bigwigs of the late Sunday night, the independent candidate was on the grounds to wrap up his campaign. Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi severed ties with the NPP after a declaration to run as an independent candidate in the upcoming by-election. Mr. Aduomi claims the NPP lacks leadership, dismissing allegations of being a traitor.
I don't want to say anything bad against the president. He is the president of Ghana. I'm not a traitor. When I lost the primaries, did I go independent? I did not. I took it in faith. But when there is an issue that is contrary to the guidelines and regulations of the MPP party, and people raise concern, if they are good leaders, they should have solved it. If they are saying that I'm a traitor, even while I'm outside, the projects that I and Kofi Job we are doing, they all favor MPP. Aduomi is not a traitor. They should learn to be good leaders and solve problems that are in the party so that the party can stand up. I'm telling you, MPP has no spirit in Ejisu constituency and even in Ashanti region.
In response to the tag of being pushed by the NDC, Mr. Owusu-Aduomi wants the president to show evidence for the reason. He explains his candidature appeals to NDC supporters in the constituency due to his track record.
If the NDC man, if the president is saying NDC man, he has to prove I am not an NDC man, because NDC people, they like me. All the works that I did, they are all benefiting. Where have they seen me wearing NDC colors? It's because I said I'm going independent. That's why. The people here who are NDC, they want to vote for Aduomi because Aduomi did projects that benefited them. Now, let me answer what he said I did it for them. Yes. Even when NDC was in power, I worked for my people. There are some 4 roads that I requested for from NDC government that was given me. 4 major roads. I did it in NDC time. So all the projects that I did, I love it and I had it. Having said that, I used my own pocket money. But who is government? Government is all of us. The roads were not done by the president's pocket money. It wasn't by the vice president's pocket money. It wasn't by any of them pocket money. It is the revenue, it is the sources, it's the funds of the state that were used to do it. What is important is that if you are an MP, you lobby for projects for your people.
Earlier, some supporters of Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi hit the streets of Ejisu to campaign.
Well, I've been joined by campaign leader of Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi, Nana Osei-Bonsu, for more on this. Nana, grateful for your time. The president says your candidate lied about his allegation that the NPP is planning to rig the elections, describing it as unfair. How do you respond to this?
Well, first of all, let me say very cherished as a matter of fact, NPP is planning to rig the election. They've been here for the past 2 weeks. They've assessed the situation on the ground themselves, and they've come to the realization that Ejisu is poised to vote massively for Mr. Owusu-Aduomi. And for that reason, they now want to resort to evil machinations.
What was the evidence? What's the evidence?
The point is, Madam Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi last week met with teachers. And during the meeting, she mentioned to the teachers that they intend to use national security personnel as police station executives.
Do you have the tape of Fremont Paris saying that?
I can't readily provide it, but we can get it because people were there. It was said in public. The people who were in there were more than 200.
I will appreciate it if you are able to provide this tape for us. will be very
right.
important for us.
After this interview, I'll try and get it to you. So, that is what it tells. You see, from all indications, I mean, for what reason would anybody be thinking of using national security personnel as police station pooling agents? When did we start using national security personnel as pooling agents? Again, there is this vehicle that is a marked vehicle. That's the MPP Women's Wing. That was seen within the constituency, and as we speak, it is at Kwabena Executive Lodge. In the third vehicle, there are ballot papers in there, and so we sort of wonder what they are using ballot papers for. All of these things point to the fact that they intend to rig the election. But we can assure them that Ejisu is not going to sit and watch them manipulate the outcome of the result. They are going to vote massively tomorrow for Mr. OwusuAduomi, and we're going to protect the ballot as well.
The MPP has also accused you of spewing lies to the electorate to make them believe that Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi is still vying on NPP's ticket. But why would you do that?
We haven't said anywhere that he's still contesting on NPP's ticket. We haven't mentioned anywhere. In any case, the fact gives them away. Notice of post has been posted all around in the constituency, and everybody has seen that he's contesting on an independent ticket. And so where from this claim that we were going about telling people that he's contesting on NPP ticket? It flies in the face of common sense.
Well, is your candidate worried, Nana, after yesterday's massive campaign by the NPP in the Ejisu constituency?
He is not a bit bothered about what happened yesterday. In any case, what happened yesterday? You don't even know what happened yesterday. We are not. He still remains unshaken and unwavering in his pursuit for the Ejisu seat.
All right, Nana Bonso is the lead campaign for the Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi team. I've also been joined by senior political science lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Kwame Amache-Boateng, for a conversation on this. Dr. Amache, grateful for your time. This weekend, we saw all the NPP bigwigs, including the president himself, going to Ejisu to campaign, even though the NDC is not participating. Is the NPP threatened by the former MP, now independent candidate?
Thanks for this opportunity, and let me say good morning to your viewers. Is the NPP threatened by these elections? Well, maybe at the end of the day, we'll be able to say something about that. But let me say that we are in a major election season, so that if there's a by-election today and they all come to, provide support to the local candidate, they are not just doing that. They are also, in a way, informing the rank and file, and also Ashanti region that, look, elections are closer, and so here we are, presenting ourselves to you, vote for us. One can make that argument, and then going by the conversation that you feel like unfolded there, you don't see anything that indicates that anyone is panicking. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that we are in a major election season. So with this by-elections, coming up with us, they will all want to show their face and let the electors know that, look, vote for our candidate. We are also here and we'll be coming back to you, very soon for the main elections. Another thing I believe the occasion, the big weeks all coming down, is the fact that the MPP cannot afford to lose the Ejisu by-elections. They can't afford to lose. This because of the current context of politics in the country. Essentially, the economy is struggling. And thanks to Dr. Baumia, we know that when the exchange rate behaves in a particular way, then we have an indication that the fundamentals of the economy are where they are. And if you go to the market where the real economy manifests itself, things the prices of things keep going up, and everybody complains. The MPP is very much aware of this, and they know that the economy is going to be the final decider of things. So they can't afford to let anything slip. This is going to be a test of their strength at Ejisu and generally in Ashanti region. Some of us also believe that Ashanti region has been sort of gone through some restructuring as far as that unwavering support for the party is concerned. And I think people have decided to take a second look at things. And they want to come and prove people wrong that, look, there were these by-elections in Ejisu and we won massive. So we still have the support in Ashanti region. If there are any people anywhere who believe that they won't vote for the party, they should stand strong and tall and lend their support to the party. I believe these factors occasion what we saw in Ejisu, with everybody coming out there.
Doc, with all the resources at the disposal of the NPP, it seems to be struggling. What could be giving the former MP this traction?
Actually, the former MP did work for the constituency. He did make mention of the fact that even when they were in opposition, he could lobby the ruling government to, provide some support for the constituency. So, you see, and one thing, the current nature of politics in the party, especially when it gets to the primaries, it becomes something that, one could go in and purchase. And that does not necessarily mean that the person endears himself or herself to the whole constituency. It is like the constituency finds itself in a corner. They have already boxed themselves into, behaving that we are die-hard members of the party, irrespective of whatever happens, we stand with the party. And so these politicians have been taking them for granted. Anytime anyone goes in to buy the elections at the primaries, the person is not going to be bothered about what happens in the constituency. That was not necessarily what Mr. Aduomi did. So now that he's coming back, he can point to specific, projects that have benefited everybody. So he really has a strong appeal to the constituency. The other people who are all come are new. They don't have anything to point to. And the party's the government fortunes in the country too is nothing to write home about. The economy is in a terribly bad shape. Ghana is on its knees, cannot pay its debts domestically, internationally. The CD to the dollar, we know what is happening, prices of goods and services. So all these things are not working for the MPP. So that's why, Mr. Aduomi is enjoying the traction that you mentioned of.
Well, the MP says that vote for me because I have brought lots of development in the area. The president now says that if we, the NPP government, did not give you the opportunity, you wouldn't have been able to do those developmental projects. So vote the NPP. What, in your estimation, will be the thrust of the Ejisu by-election, despite the fact that it's an NPP-dominated constituency?
I think they're going for the individual factor. The fact that the NPP continues to be in office today, and they cannot boast of any major thing that Mr. Aduomi did not bring there. If that is the case, and Mr. Aduomi stands tall as far as projects in Ejisu are concerned, then definitely they will lend their support to him. It means that the individual matters, the individual member of parliament matters, the individual's strong, deep commitment to the welfare of the people he or she represents matters. And that will also show in the way the individual goes about doing what has to be done, lobbying to get, projects for the place. And Mr. Aduomi's record is, would take a beating. If he could engage the NDC when the NDC was in government and get, something for this thing, then he stands tall and strong. Besides, the people in Ejisu know. They know. They know that the current NPP government has not really, done very well in terms of managing the whole country's affairs. The governance has not been, anything to write home about. They are all suffering. Ejisu's market is there. And when you go there, I was there just yesterday, and it's the place that I personally experienced people complaining about the hardships in the system. So all these things are simply not working, in favor of the party, and neither in the candidates of the party.
I'm grateful for your time. Dr. Kwesi Amache-Boateng is a political science lecturer at the KNUSC.